I never thought I'd end up in a dingy motel room off I-95 in Jersey, staring at my mother's Facebook post with a .38 special in my lap. The barrel still warm from the shot, I fired into the ceiling just to hear something louder than my own screaming thoughts. My ungrateful son Jack left me high and dry after I sacrificed everything for him, won't even give his poor widowed mom $1,000 a month to survive. Share if you think family means nothing anymore, it read, racking up likes from strangers who'd never met us, turning my life into a viral pity party that cost me my job, my girl, and whatever scraps of sanity I had left. That post wasn't just words, it was the match that lit the fuse on years of her lies. And as I scrolled through the comments calling me a monster, I realized the only way to douse the flames was to burn it all down, starting with her. It started innocently enough. Or at least that's what I told myself back in those long, grinding shifts at the auto shop in Paterson, New Jersey, where the air smelled like burnt rubber and regret. I was 28 then, fresh out of a 5-year stint in county lockup for a crime that wasn't mine, armed robbery. They called it, but really it was Mom's mess. She'd been skimming cash from her job at the local real estate office, cooking the books to fund her little habits, as she put it, designer bags, weekend getaways with whatever married sleaze she was stringing along that month. Dad found out, confronted her, and the next morning, he was gone overdose on his pain pills. The coroner ruled it suicide. But I knew better. She'd slipped something extra into his whiskey the night before. Her goodbye gift to a man who'd finally seen through her. When the auditors came sniffing, she pinned it on me, said I'd done it to help with her medical bills after a fake car accident she staged. I was the loyal son, the fall guy. I pled out to protect her, figuring blood was thicker than the bars they'd slam behind me. Prison hardened me like cheap steel in a forge, tattoos snaking up my arms from fights I didn't start, a shank scar across my ribs from one I finished. But I came out swinging for redemption. Or, at least for her. Mom was living in a crumbling split level in Elmwood Park by then, the kind of place where the siding peels like old skin and the neighbors pretend not to hear the shouting. She played the widow card hard. Jack, your father left us nothing but debts. How am I supposed to eat, even oath? Hand over my first paycheck from the shop, $800 after taxes, and watch her eyes light up not with gratitude, but calculation. That's a start. Honey, she'd say, already mentally tallying how much she'd squeeze next. The dream trip idea hit during one of her rare good days. Post-chemo pretense. Cancer. She claimed stage 3. Aggressive. The works. I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Even as the doctor's notes she flashed looked photocopied from some online template. Paris, she sighed over lukewarm coffee in her Formica kitchen. The Eiffel Tower at night. Croissants by the Seine. It's all I ever wanted. Jack. Your dad promised it before he. You know. Guilt gnawed at me like rust on rebar. I'd tanked my life for her once, what was a few thousand more. So, I started the jar literally. A battered Folgers can on my nightstand in the basement apartment I rented for peanuts. Every overtime shift. Every skipped lunch. Every side gig fixing mufflers under the table. It all went in. For Mom's Paris fund, I'd scrawl on the deposits in my checkbook, feeling like some twisted Boy Scout earning a badge in filial piety. 18 months later, the kin was fat, $12,000, scraped from my bones. I surprised her on her remission anniversary, booking the flights, the hotel in the Marais, even a sane dinner cruise. Her face when I handed over the tickets? Pure gold, wide eyes. A hug that lingered too long. Her perfume cloying like funeral flowers. My baby boy, she whispered, tears smudging her drugstore mascara. You saved me. We flew out in May, the air crisp with that European promise. She fluttered through the Louvre like a socialite reborn, snapping selfies with the Mona Lisa captioned, "Living my best life, bless mom life." I tagged along. Porter and photographer. My own dreams deferred to the cargo hold. It was perfect. Or so I thought, until the flight home, when she turned to me in the dim cabin light and said, "Jack, that was magic."
But now,
I need more. Back stateside. The demands started small, just $200 for the electric bill. Sweetie, Paris drained the savings. Then $300 for groceries, though her fridge held more wine bottles than produce. By fall, it was $500 monthly, wired to her account with a smiley emoji thank you text. I complied, dipping into my own rent money, eating ramen to keep her afloat. The shop hours dried up, economy tanking. Boss said, and I picked up night security at a warehouse in Secaucus. The kind where you patrol empty aisles haunted by fluorescent hum. Sleep became a stranger, resentment, an old friend. But family, right? That's what you do. Then came the post. It was a Tuesday, rain lashing the windshield as I drove home from the double shift. My phone buzzed, notification from Facebook, Mom's profile pic beaming like a used car salesman. The post I'd quoted earlier. Timestamped 8:47 p.m. Already at 247 likes. Comments flooded in. What a disgrace. Hope CPS takes your grandkids away. We didn't have any. Block him. Cis, toxic masculinity at its finest. Send her our GoFundMe link. Real men support their mamas. My heart jackhammered as I pulled over on the shoulder. Wiper slapping like accusations. I called her immediately.
Mom.
What the hell? I gave you $12,000 for Paris, plus 1,000 cents. This isn't true. Her voice. Syrupy with faux hurt. Jack. Honey. It's not about the money, it's the principle. You promised to take care of me forever. Remember? After what you did to your father. There it was. The knife twist. She always circled back to Dad's death, implying I'd pushed him over the edge with my troublemaking, never mind I'd covered her tracks. And now, with my cancer flaring up again, you ghost me for weeks? People need to know what kind of son I raised. Lies stacked on lies. My texts showed weekly check-ins. Proof of transfers. But facts don't viral like sob stories. By morning, my boss had seen it. Family drama spilling into work? Clean out your locker. Harlan. Girlfriend bailed via voicemail. Can't date a guy who's trending as deadbeat son. Even my AA sponsor from prison days unfriended me. That night, alone in the dark of my apartment, I dug. Not the healthy way, therapy or confrontation, but the American way, deep web dives and old contacts. First hit, her cancer was bullshit. Medical records from a hacker buddy, owing me from lockup, showed clean bills. Just a sprained ankle from tripping over her own heels at a bar. Paris? Half the photos were stock images she'd photoshopped her face onto. The real ones showed her ditching me for a guide named Pierre, 40-something Frenchman with a Rolex that screamed sugar daddy. The money? Not bills. Traced Venmo charges to casinos in Atlantic City, Botox sessions in Manhattan, and rent on a studio in Queens she hadn't mentioned, co-signed with some mystery investor. Deeper still, Dad's death certificate. I'd avoided it like plague, but there it was, toxicology report buried in county archives. Not just pills, traces of fentanyl-laced heroin. The street cut she'd always denied knowing about. And the robbery? Audit logs from her old firm, leaked via a whistleblower site, her fingerprints on every forged check, my name typed in after the fact on a library computer with her IP. She'd set me up from day one, using my love like a loaded gun. Rage boiled. But revenge? That's where the controversy creeps in. I could have gone legal, sue for defamation, exhume Dad's case, but where's the poetry and paperwork?
No.
This needed teeth. The kind that bites back in the shadows of the American underbelly. I started small, anonymous tips to her Facebook group busybodies, seeding doubts. Saw Widow Wanda at Mohegan Sun last week. Looks pretty healthy for terminal. Shares spiked. Her likes dipped. She called. Frantic. Jack. Is that you? Stop this madness. I hung up, tasting the power. But she flipped the script. Master manipulator that she was. Posted a clarification. Trolls attacking me. Pray for my son. Lost to bitterness after prison. He blames me for his father's suicide. But God knows the truth.
Boom, pray for Jack trended locally,
Painting me as the unhinged ex-con. Reporters sniffed around. A local news van parked outside the shop, ex-shop. I vanished, crashing on a buddy's couch in Newark, plotting the big swing. That's when the real secrets unraveled. In her Queen studio, key cloned from her purse during a surprise visit, I found the box. Letters from a lawyer. Yellowed. Adoption papers. I wasn't her blood. Born to some teen mom in '89, placed with her and Dad as a fresh start after her own scandals, a string of bad checks in Ohio. Fleeing an assault charge on an ex. Dad had known. Begged her to tell me. But she buried it. Used it as leverage. You're mine by choice. Jack. One note read, and you'll stay loyal or I'll tell the world you're the bastard who killed his real family. The fentanyl? She'd sourced it to silence Dad when he threatened divorce. My prison time? Collateral.
to keep me chained.
The betrayal cut cosmic. Every sacrifice a shackle. Every hug a noose. Paris was the crown jewel. She'd planned to fleece Pierre, then bolt with the cash, leaving me the hero narrative for sympathy bucks. The demands post-trip? Testing how far she'd ring before I snapped. And the shaming? Insurance. To destroy any credibility if I ever turned. I confronted her at the Elmwood house.
Midnight.
Rain like judgment. She opened the door in a silk robe, cigarette dangling, eyes sharpening like a coyote's. Jack? What? I shoved the adoption papers in her face. Who am I? Really? And Dad, did you murder him? She laughed, low and bitter, pouring bourbon neat. Sit down.
Son.
Truth's a bitch. Ain't it? Over the next hour, she spilled, not remorse, but strategy. Yes. The fentanyl. Yes. The frame. Your father was weak.
Jack.
Wanted to leave me penniless. You? I molded you. Took the rap to toughen you up. Make you mine. Prison was my gift. Look how strong you came out. The flip. And that post?
Love.
Tough love. To push you into providing properly. Families survive by breaking each other a little. Controversy incarnate, her words wormed doubt. Was she monster or maker? I'd thrived in lockup because of her lesson, the savings jar built character. But no, the blood on her hands was indelible. I left with the .38 from Dad's old lockbox. Mind a storm. Days blurred, tailing her to casinos, where she'd flirt and fleece, posting widow woes from the slots. I hacked her accounts, easy with shared birthdays, draining $5,000 to charity in Dad's name, then seeding her feed with leaks, affair pics, forged checks digitized. Her empire crumbled, friends ghosted. Pierre sued for the stolen Rolex, hers. Actually, pawned from Dad's insurance. She went nuclear. Live video from her porch.
Sobbing.
My son's trying to kill me. Ex-con with a grudge. Help. Cops came. I was already ghosts in motels. But the net tightened. Climax brewed in that Jersey room. Her banging on the door at dawn. Soaked and snarling.
Jack.
Open up, we can fix this. I'll recant. Give you the house. I let her in, gun loose in hand. She saw it, paused, then lunged. Not for mercy, but the weapon. If I go down, you do too. We grappled, her nails raking my face, my knee in her gut. The shot, wild, into the wall, deafened us. Pinned, she spat truth's final twist. You're just like me.
Jack.
The adoption?
Lie.
You're his blood and bone. I dosed him to test you. See if you'd protect the family secret. You did. By taking the fall.
But now?
You're the killer I raised. Schism. Was she grooming a successor or sacrificing a pawn? Readers, you'd argue, hero avenging patricide. Or patricide's heir closing the cycle. I pressed the pillow down. Her struggles fading to whimpers. For Dad, I whispered. But as her eyes glazed, regret flickered. Had I become her mirror? Sirens wailed distant. I slipped out the fire escape. Cash from her purse enough for a bus to nowhere. A happy ending? If freedom counts. Maybe. Tragic? If blood calls to blood. You decide, the internet already has. Shaming ghosts like us. The demands escalated like a bad debt collector's calls, relentless. Each one chipping at my resolve. $200 became $400. Then the flat $1,000 monthly allowance, wired from my account to hers with a curt thanks. Son, love ya text. I juggled bills like a circus act gone wrong. Rent late. Power flickering. Meals from the shop's dumpster when the boss wasn't looking. Mom's updates? Curated bliss. Instagram reels of self-care Sundays with spa facials I funded. Captions like grateful for my rock. Jack family first. Friends bought it, hell. I almost did. Until the inconsistencies piled up like unpaid tabs. Take Thanksgiving that year. I drove the 3 hours to Elmwood with a turkey from the discount bin and a pie I'd baked blind, flour everywhere. But damn if it wasn't edible. She greeted me at the door in a cashmere sweater, my Christmas gift repurposed. Hugging tight enough to crack ribs. Dinner was fine, small talk about the neighbors' divorces, her treatments, until the check-in. Jack. About that allowance. Could you bump it to $1,200? The meds are brutal. I choked on mashed potatoes.
Mom.
I'm barely covering my own. The shop cut hours. Economy shit. Her face crumpled. The widow mask slipping on. After all I've done? Raised you alone after your father. The guilt trip.
Classic.
I caved, promising $1,000 firm, and left with a Tupperware of leftovers that tasted like ash. Back home, scrolling her feed in the witching hour, I spotted it, a tagged photo from her support group, bunch of middle-aged women in yoga pants. But mom front and center, glass of rose in hand, no four-pole in sight. Caption: Wine Wednesday with the Warriors. Chemo who? Fighter. Warriors? The group was Cancer Chicks, but her bio said in remission. Doubt seated. But I shook it off, paranoia from prison.
Sponsor said.
Little did I know, it was the first crack in her facade. Winter hit hard, snow blanketing Patterson like a shroud. I picked up bounty hunting on weekends, tracking deadbeats for a bail bondsman pal. The irony not lost. One mark led me to Atlantic City, pounding the boardwalk for a guy who'd skipped on domestic battery. There, in the glow of the Tropicana, I saw her, Mom, arm linked with a silver fox in a cheap suit, laughing as she fed slots.
No weak.
No pallor, just rouge and glee. I ducked into shadows, heart pounding, snapped pics with my burner phone. Proof? Or projection? I deleted them, drove home cursing myself for suspicion. But the post came anyway. That viral dagger. Woke to 50 notifications. Inbox flooded with hate mail from strangers. Your mom's a saint. Hope karma repos your truck. My truck, the 98F, 150 I'd rebuilt in prison shop class. My one pride. Boss called at noon. Harlan. Saw the Facebook thing. Clients asking if you're stable. Take a week unpaid. Sort your shit. Girlfriend. Sarah, high school sweet. Tough as nails bartender, texted. Is this real? Call me. It wasn't. I explained over beers at her dive. Showing transfers. She softened. But the seed was planted. Jack. She's toxic. Cut the cord. I couldn't not yet. The digging started innocently. Googling her oncologist, dear. Elias Grant. No hits beyond stock headshots. Then her Venmo, shared login from an emergency last year.
Charges to DR.
Feel-good aesthetics. Lucky Sevens Casino. Pierre's Patisserie, Paris address. My stomach nodded.
Cancer my ass.
Hacker buddy. Rico from Cell Block C. Owed me for smuggling smokes. Gimme a day, he growled over burner. By evening. Clean as a whistle.
Man.
No chemo.
No scans.
A sprained ankle in 22. That's it. Rage simmered. But I needed more irrefutable. Stole her purse during a drop-by, cloned the keycard for Queens. Heart racing. I tailed her next casino run. Waited till she stumbled out buzzed. Then slipped in. The studio. Lipstick on mirrors. Heels strewn. A corkboard of photos. Me in orange jumpsuit. Dad's obit clipped. The box waited in the closet. Letters.
Files.
The adoption lies staring back. Not blood, I whispered. World tilting. But deeper. Dad's tox report. Her fingerprints on the checks. The revenge blueprint formed in that stale air. Expose. Dismantle.
Destroy.
Phone buzzed her text. Come home.
Jack.
We need to talk about your father. Everything. The drive to Elmwood felt like a death row march. Wipers battling a freak April squall that turned the turnpike into a river. Mom's text looped in my head. Everything. What game now? Confession or Counter-Strike? I gripped the wheel. .38 tucked under the seat. Dad's relic. Loaded for bears I never hunted. The house loomed. Porch light flickering like a bad omen.
Her silhouette pacing inside.
She opened before I knocked. Robe loose. Bourbon breath sharp. Jack. Inside quick. Before the neighbors peep. Living room unchanged. Dad's lazy boy sagging. Crucifixes gathering dust. She poured doubles. Handed mine with a tremble I didn't trust.
Sit.
You found the box. I did. Laying it out cold. Adoption fraud. Fentanyl traces. Forged docs. Her eyes darted, prey or predator. Then she laughed. That husky smoker's cackle. Half-truths. Honey. The adoption? To protect you from my past, Ohio mess. Bad men. Your real ma OD'd when you were 2. I saved you. Flip 1. Victim card. But the talks? Your father. He was hurting.
Jack.
Pills weren't enough. I helped him along. Mercy, not murder. He begged. Lies slithered, but her gaze held steel. And the job? I panicked.
Yes.
But prison made you strong, resourceful. Look at Paris. You provided because I taught you sacrifice. Controversy clawed in. Was this twisted love or sociopath spin? I'd emerged from lockup with skills, welding, coding from library books that landed steady work. Her gift. Or grooming a mule. I pressed. The demands. The post. Why? She sipped, eyes narrowing.
Test.
To see if you'd break or build. The shaming? Wake-up call. You're drifting. Sun bouncing jobs. That girl Sarah's no good. I needed you focused. Providing like family should. American dream inverted. Bootstrap your presser. I stood. Voice low. No more. I'm done. Her hand shot out, gripping my wrist, nails like talons. You can't. The world's watching now. One word from me, and you're the patricide poster boy. Threat veiled as concern. I wrenched free, stormed out into rain. Her shout chasing. Blood's thicker.
Jack.
You'll see. Back in Newark crash pad. Rico's pull-out sofa reeking of weed. I plotted. Small strikes first. Anonymous Yelp reviews on her support group venue. Hinting at fakers in the ranks. One member's more slots than symptoms. Her casino comps revoked after fraud alert tips. Satisfaction bitter. Like black coffee. But she countered. New post. Grieving mom targeted by hackers. Pray for justice. Donations poured. GoFundMe hit $3,000 overnight. Strangers suckered by her crocodile tears. Sarah left for good then. Packing while I worked. Can't swim in this drama.
Jack.
Love you. But choose her or us. I chose silence. Door slammed like gunshot. Job hunt tanked. Background checks flagged the viral stain. Bouncer gigs. Delivery scraps. Isolation bred clarity. Full exposure. Rico deep-dived her emails. Pierre threads. Send more. Sherry, Jack's good for it. She'd pimped my loyalty overseas. And Dad's suicide note. Forged. Her handwriting analysis confirmed by a shady graphologist. The plan coalesced. Flood her digital life. Bot accounts amplifying leaks, affair nudes blurred. Ethical? Check scans redacted. Widow Wanda trending ugly. Scammer alert. Her phone blew up. I watched from a coffee shop. Her silhouette raging in the window across town. Victory tasted like bile. Destroying her hurt me. Echoes of prison isolation. But the flip, a late-night call from Aunt Lila. Dad's sister. Long estranged. Jack, your mother's telling tales, says you're violent.
But
there's more to your father's death. Meet me. Cliffhanger. Diner at 2 a.m. Her whispering over pie. She didn't just help him die. She made him. Aunt Lila looked like Dad's ghost. Same hawk nose. Watery eyes, huddled in the all-night diner's vinyl booth. Fluorescent buzz underscoring her whispers. Coffee steamed between us. Black as the secrets she spilled. Your ma. Evelyn.
she was always scheming.
Back in '95. Ohio. She torched her ex's garage for insurance, blamed the kid. Some drifter. Fled to Jersey. Latched onto Tom. He thought he could fix her. I nodded. Pie crust crumbling under fork. Prison tales of firebugs, now family.
The death.
Lila's lip quivered. Not mercy. Your dad found her bank statements skimming from clients, stashing for a runaway fund. Confronted her New Year's Eve. She spiked his drink. But he fought, called me. Slurred Evelyn's killing me. Line went dead. By morning, coroner called suicide. I knew, but no proof. Proof now, Lila's recordings. Dad's frantic voicemail digitized on a thumb drive. Hid it to protect you.
Jack.
Thought you'd hate her less blind. Hate? It crystallized cold. Diamond hard. Evelyn was a mom. She was Evelyn the evictor, architect of ruins. I pocketed the drive. Hugged Lila awkward. First family in years. Thanks. Time to end it. Revenge Phase 2. Analog assault. Mailed anonymous packets to her cancer chicks. Photocopies of Pierre texts. Casino receipts timestamped during infusion days. Group chat exploded. Invites revoked. Friends und Freundinnen Masse. She lashed back. Police report for harassment. My name dropped casual. Cops visited Rico's. No, a Jack Harlan? But I was ghost. Crashing motels. Paying cash. Money dried. I pawned the F-150. Pocketed $2,000. Enough for burners and basics. Dreams haunted. Dad's face. Accusatory. Sarah's laugh.
Fading.
Moral mire deepened, exposing her shamed innocence. Like the donors who'd given from pockets emptier than mine. Was I avenger or abuser? Her posts pleaded now. Betrayed by my own son turned stalker. Survivor strong. Likes halved. But pity held. Twist in Queens. Second search. Hidden drawer, USB of videos. Not hers, mine. Childhood clips. Me at 8 swearing, I'll always protect you. Mom. Intercut with her diaries. Jack's soft, perfect mark. Train him right. He'll fund forever. Chills. She'd scripted my loyalty. Therapy sessions faked to bond. The villain unmasked, Machiavellian mom. Flipping victim to vampire. I hit send. Mass email to her contacts. Leaks bundled. Chaos erupted. Pierre's lawsuit filed public. Real estate board probing old fraud. She called from unknown. Jack. You bastard. Ruining me for what? I made you. Voice cracked. First real break. Come over. Truce, I'll confess. Clear your name. Trap or surrender. Drove through dawn fog. Gun heavy. House dark.
Door ajar.
Inside. Bourbon bottles. Pills scatter. Real this time? She lounged on stairs. Feral. Knew you'd come. Sit, we talk legacy. Words flowed. Her Ohio youth. Abused dad. Cycle unbroken. I dosed Tom to free us, him from pain, me from cage. You? My redemption project. Controversy peaked. Empathy edged in.
Her scars mirroring mine.
But no, Dad's voicemail looped mental. Killing me. Struck out. Legacy ends tonight. Grab her arm. She twisted.
Knee to groin.
Fought rolling. Lamps shattering. Gun skittered. Her nails raked. You're me. Jack admitted. Pinned her. Breath ragged. Mercy flickered. Family fractured. But forged. Sirens her truce spate. 911 cued. I fled window. Her scream. He tried to kill me. Jersey motels became my foxholes. Neon vacancy, signs mocking as I chain-smoked on fire escapes. Scanning news on cracked phone. Local rag blared. Desperate mom fends off son in home invasion. Ex-con sought. Her pic. Tear-streaked. Beside mine from mugshot days. Comments vicious. Lock him up forever. Poor woman. Cancer and crazy kid? Cancer lies stuck. Sympathy glue. Rico texted burner. Cops sniffing lay low. Got a lead on Pierre. Guy's pissed. Flying in. Leverage gold. I met him at a dive in Hoboken. Fog rolling off the Hudson like cigar smoke. Pierre, paunchy. Accented bluster. Nursing espresso.
Your
Mother?
thief. Stoldi ka euro.
My watch said son would repay. I played ally. Fed him her Elmwood address. Email dumps. Help me endgame. He grinned wolfish. For you? Half the recovery. Alliance uneasy. Frenchman eyeing me like Mark. But it worked. Pierre stormed her door days later. Shouting in mangled English. Neighbors filming for TikTok. Clip viral. Scam artist expose. Her GoFundMe frozen. Donors demanding refunds. She lawyered up, public defender type. Overworked, spinning abusive ex. Delusional son. Court date set. I could have surfaced. Testified. But revenge whispered darker. Personal.
Permanent.
Nights blurred into schemes. Stole her identity. SSN from box. Open credit lines. Maxed on donations to dad's memorial fund. Bills piled. Collectors hounding her line. I answered once. Voice modulated. Pay up. Evelyn, or we talk Ohio fire. She crumbled voicemail. Jack.
Please stop.
I'm scared. Fear flipped power, I savored. Then hated the taste. Mirror showed her, cold eyes. Scarred soul. Twist via Lila. Found more. Your adoption papers?
Faked.
But real secret. Your Tom's?
Yes.
But Evelyn. She aborted before you. Lost a boy to botched back alley. You were replacement. Fixed version. Psyche fractured. Loved as proxy. Betrayed as pawn. Rage purified, no empathy left. Climax brewed. Tailed her to casino. Final score. She played desperate. Chain-smoking Marlboros between poles. Confronted in lot. Range-sheeting headlights. Endgame. Mom. Gun drawn. Not loaded, bluff. She froze. Then laughed manic. Knew it. Put it down, we're same breed. I framed you to bind you. You exposed to free. But blood? It pulls. Lunged for keys. Scuffle. Gun clattered reel. Shot warning skyward. Thunderclap. Confess, Dad. The skim. All. She spat blood, lip split. Never. You'd rot too. Accessory after. Covering my tracks. Standoff, her back to wall. Me trigger finger itching. Moral split. Kill the monster. Become one? Sirens again, her ploy?
No. Valet spook.
Bolted. Her wail. Jack. Wait. The truth about Sarah. Hid in woods.
Phone dead.
Wondering, what lie now to drag me back? The truth about Sarah gnawed like a bad tooth as I hunkered in Pine Barrens pines. Branches clawing like accusations. Borrowed ride from a trucker at dawn. $200 for silence. Headed south to Atlantic City. Gut screaming trap. Mom's mind. Chessboard. Me perpetual pawn. Sarah? Weeds split clean. Or so I thought. Burner charged at a Wawa. Voicemails flooded, hers. Panicked. Jack. Call, she told me everything. The prison thing was her? God. Come home. Home? Poisoned well. Pierre's play panned. Tabloid pickup. Jilted lover sues gold-digging widow. Evelyn's face splashed. Fraud claims rock cancer survivor's world. Interviews spun victim. All lies from a vengeful affair. My son knows the truth.
Me.
Implicated. Estranged. Unstable.
Capsaptante. APB.
Armed and dangerous. Rico went dark. Lila texted. Stay safe. She's lawyering to pin Dad on you. Atlantic City glittered false promise. Boardwalk teeming tourists oblivious. I hold in a flop above a strip club. Bass thumping regrets. Hacked her latest. Live from Elmwood. Prayer vigil with rented faithful. Forgive my boy, he's hurting. Crocodile communion. Rage scripted response. Crashed the feed anonymous. Dropping voicemail clip. Dad's killing me. Stream froze.
Chaos chat. WTF?
Murder? Donations reversed. Vigil dissolved into shouts. She called immediate. Voice steel-wrapped silk. Clever.
Jack.
But Sarah, remember her brother? The dealer you roughed in 18? I paid him off to stay quiet. Now, he's talking, says you threatened her life if she left. Lie layered on lie. Sarah's bro was clean. OD'd years back. But planted, doubt seated in her narrative. I confronted Sarah burner to burner. She poison you too? Tears choked. Jack. She visited. Spun tales, you framing her for insurance. Dad's death your idea.
I.
Believed some.
But I know you.
Meet, neutral ground. Trap reeked. But love's fool die hard. Diner off 322. Noon rush. Sarah slid in. Eyes red-rimmed. Coffee untouched. Missed you. Hugs brief.
Barbed.
Your mom's unraveling. Cops at my door. Witness questions. Proof. Text from unknown. Bro's ghost account threatening. Evelyn's forge. We plotted alliance. Sarah's cousin lawyer. Pro bono dig on Ohio fire. Hope flickered. Fragile. But flip. Mid-kiss goodbye. Her phone buzzed. Mom's text visible. Tell him the Paris money's for his freedom, or the adoption drops. Sarah paled. She paid my rent last month. Said it was bridge loan. Betrayal bisected. Sarah complicit? Or coerced? I bolted. Trust torched. Choose now. She wept. You. Always. But seed doubt sprouted thorns. Night fell bloody. Pierre ambushed her house. Not lawsuit. Revenge raw. I arrived late. Siren symphony. Body count. Him knife shallow. Her self-defense. Cops bought it. He deported. Case closed. She posted triumphant. God protected me. Evil men fall. My hand, invisible, but guilt gloomed. American justice. Rich weep. Poor bleed. Lila's final drop. Hospital record. Evelyn's abortion. Miscarriage from abuse. Ex's beating. Cycle confirmed. She broke it on me. Or did she? Cliffhanger. Voicemail her. Broken. Jack.
Come.
I'm dying. Real this time. The gun. Use it on me. Dying. Real this time. Words looped as I ditched the borrowed Chevy in a Philly impound lot. $1.50 ghost fee. Boarded Greyhound West. Jersey shrinking rear view. Motive? Verify. Then verdict. Bus rattled through Delaware flats. Mind maze, mercy kill or final frame. Her cancer, hoax debunked. But age 62. Bourbon liver, could be legit. Scans Rico swiped. Cirrhosis advanced. Ascites bloating. Truth or theater. Philly layover. Crash to AA meet in Kensington. Needle alleys echoing prison yards. Shared anonym. Sponsor to the woman who birthed me. Now targets her end. Nod solemn. One vet pulled me aside. Revenge circle. Breaks you first. Wisdom ignored. Hopped next bus. Virginia bound? No, looped back.
Faint.
Real play. Freight train hopped to Newark. Shadows my shroud. Lila met drop. Don't go. She's baiting. Lawyers filing for your arrest. Attempted murder from the Vigil crash. Evidence? Doctored ring cam. Me lurking. Web of webs. But the pole, blood's curse. Slipped into Elmwood dusk. Cut phone lines. Jimmied back door. House reek. Decay.
Despair.
Upstairs. Her bed. Gaunt. Tubes? No. Oxygen mask theatrical. Bottle hidden. Eyes snapped open. Knew you'd sniff. Confront unspooled. Dying? She wheezed performative. Liver. Yeah, docs say 6 months.
But you.
My heir.
Heir?
Well, surfaced. House to me. Caveats chained. If clears my name. Testifies love. Flip Machiavellian. Legacy laundering. Sarah's in. Paid her silence.
Pierre?
Hired thug. Staged for sympathy. Confirmation gutted. Sarah's choice spot. Even the voicemail, deepfake. My voice mod. Rage supernova.
Dad.
Helped. Yes, but he wanted out.
Take you.
I couldn't lose my project. Project me. Lab rat in her experiment. Admit it. All for control. She smiled serpent. Control? Survival. America eats weak. I taught you feast. Controversy zenith. Her lessons forged survivor. Me? Scrapping from scraps to strategist. Monster midwife? Gun drawn. Real load now. Chambered click echo. End it. She reached. Not fear, caress.
Do it.
But twist. You're the father killer. Covered my sin. Shared it. Shared? Accomplice stain indelible. Finger tightened, her whisper. For family. Pulled, blank. Misfire? No. Heart misfired. Dropped it. Fled stairs. Her laughter chasing. See? My boy. Outside. Storm broke, literal. Figurative. Hid culvert. Sobs mixing rain. Sarah texted final. Chose wrong. Her money. Your ghost. Betrayal complete. Cops swept on. I ghosted woods. Compass north, Canada? Mexico? Freedom's illusion. But hook twist. Phone chirp, Lila. Evelyn confessed. Video, sent to DA. You're free. Free? Or forever chained. Cliffhanger. Border blurred. Her dying words loop. You're me. Freedom's a liar. Peddled like cheap lotto tickets, scratch off. Reveal bars unseen. Lila's confession video. Evelyn on cam. Shaky iPhone. Bedridden real. Tubes legit. Jaundice yellowing skin. I killed Thomas Harlan. 2005 fentanyl overdose. Mercy my ass. Framed my son Jack for the skim. Prison his toughening. Demands. Shaming, all manipulation. Forgive him. Blame me. Timestamp pre-vigil. Mailed pre-death? No, post. Suicide note digital. DA dropped charges. Viral pivot. Justice for Jack supplanted shaming. Strangers apologizing DMs. But Pyrrhic, Sarah vanished. Mom's payoff fled to Cali. Last text. Sorry, her web too tight. House. Deeded clean. but haunted, stained stairs. Bourbon ghosts. Sold for peanuts.
Cashed out.
Drifted, Montana now. Logging camp. Axe swinging penance. Name change whisper, John Hale. Nod to dad. Mom's end, hospice. Alone, chicks scattered. Pierre jailed fraud reciprocal. Last call to me. Voice rasp. Did good. Jack. Broke cycle? Or started new. Hung up. Line dead days later. Obit skimmed. Evelyn Harlan. 62. Survivor of life's battles. Battles won on backs, mine.
Dad's.
Twist debate. Villain vanquished. Or martyr mirrored. I avenged. But absorbed, nightmares blend her laugh with mine. Gun hand itching itches. Reader split. Hero hauling family freight toxic. Or villain validating her lessons with leaks lethal. Happy, if solitude counts. Woods whisper peace. Tragic? Blood echoes eternal. American as apple pie lay strychnine. You judge, the net still buzzes. My alias trending faint. Mom's dream trip? Faded photo. I full smirk mocking. Saved her once. Damned us both. End? Or intermission.